So I guess I was wrong in the last one, and the Lost Box conceded to the Gardevoir deck. Because here's that Gardevoir deck in the finals. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. And also, what is that card? Oh, that's the Mew. That's an alternate art of the Mew with Mysterious Tail. Okay. So he level balled for the Mysterious Tail Mew. He starts with the Teleport Ralts. Yeah, look at that. That's a cute card. Aw, it's adorable. Very confusing when it has so many different Pokemon on the card, though. Looks like that is a fail on the Mew's Mysterious Tail. That is unfortunate for him. You would like to see maybe another level ball or maybe a Battle VIP pass if the deck is playing that. I don't quite remember if it does or not. I don't think it does. And yeah, just looks like another Ralts to the bench and then a pass for the turn. The opponent starts Drapion. Oof. I have seen the top 16, so I do know exactly who won, at least which deck won and which deck got second, so. But to see Gardevoir in the finals here is really cool. I do believe that this other deck is Lost Box, if I'm remembering correctly, because I know within the top two there was Gardevoir and Lost Box. And it does have a Thumping Snore Snorlax in there. The one that does 180 and then falls asleep and has to flip 2 coins between turns for sleep instead of 1 like normal. So the Drapion start is very unfortunate here. Yeah, and I like how they get like 35 minutes best of 1 for the finals. Is really funny to me. I haven't seen a single game go to time yet with 30 minutes best of 1, and they give this round 35 minutes best of 1. But anyways, we see the turn 1 Battle VIP pass gets, guess who? Could anybody have imagined? Comfey and Radiant Greninja. We also see the Chorus's Experiment. We are going to be able to get our first 2 cards into the Lost Zone here. Looks like we are choosing Water Energy Mirage Gate. We're going to put those off to the side there in our Lost Zone and keep the other 3 cards. Okay, guess it has to be in a specific orientation for no reason. So we do have the ability to use the Greninja at some point to concealed cards, discard an energy card, and draw 2. We do Escape Rope. That switches from 1 Ralts into another, big surprise. And, or the Mew into the Ralts, I guess. And then we are going to use our Flower Selecting to get another card in the Lost Zone. Looks like Energy Recycler, a little bit scary of a Lost Zone because you usually want to play that late in the game, but if you got to do it, you got to do it. If you see it too early, just put it in the Lost Zone. And we do see the Nest Ball here that might get another Comfey. That could get a Cramorant as well. You are 1 card away from being able to attack with the Cramorant. Yes, so you have 3 in the Lost Zone. So if we see a Switch Cart or a Retreat, we could go in with the Comfey, have the 4 that we need in the Lost Zone, and then again, another Switch or Retreat. So here is the Retreat. We're going to go in with the other Comfey. Now we'll have to have a Switch. You can only retreat once per turn in order to attack with the Comfey. So hopefully we get that off of this. Looks like we are Lost Zone and Clara, and that is an Escape Rope. So now your opponent has to choose who to die. And he's choosing a Ralts, and it's really unfortunate that he has to choose a Ralts because you want to keep those in play to evolve all the way up to Gardevoir. But the Mew, the Mysterious Tail, gets you so much advantage when you can get into your item cards. Like, say you find a rare candy, you could just go straight into a Gardevoir EX super early. So we are going to use the Mysterious Tail. I see Emergency Jelly, Level Ball. Level Ball is great. You can get a Curlia or another Ralts with that. So looks like we are choosing the Curlia that was already put forward in his deck. They are showing the one that has essentially water duplicates for those who are only joining us for the finals for some reason. First of all, why have you not watched all the other rounds? But it has an attack like Greninja's or Frogadier's water duplicates from the Greninja Break deck. Allows you to search your deck for 3 Curlia and put them into play. And this Curlia has an ability like Trade and Make Do, where you discard a card and draw 2. So pretty strong ability. The Gardevoir that it can evolve into allows you to draw 2 cards. If either of them are basic energies, you can attach them to whatever you want. And then the Gardevoir EX that you also play allows you to put psychic energies from your discard onto your Pokemon as many times you'd like during a turn. But every time you do it, you have to place 2 damage counters to one of those Pokemon. Or to the Pokemon the energy goes to. So, and you cannot knock out one of your own Pokemon with it because they are effectively reprinting N. And they future-proofed it that way. They knew that they were going to print Iono. But that is not legal yet. That has not even been printed in Japan yet. We will have to see what this Lost Box deck does. Looks like we are going in with another Colress's Experiment. Is going to look at another top 5 cards of the deck. Put 3 in the hand, 2 in the Lost Zone. That will put us up to 6 in the Lost Zone. If we can get that Comfey back in the active here, we will be able to put a 7th and then have the ability to use Mirage Gate. And there is the potential this turn that that they can just win, which would be very unfortunate. I would not like to see the finals finish that soon. But if the Greninja gets a Mirage Gate and an attach for turn of a water energy, we would actually see Greninja hit both the active and the bench for 90 damage each, and would actually knock both of those out and win the game based off your opponent not having any remaining Pokemon in play. So we are going to see Greninja's concealed cards to discard a Lightning Energy and draw 2. Looks like we have double Water Energy in hand, so we're not going to be able to do that Wombo combo to just win the game here. And we are just going to attach to the Drapion and pass. Drapion is actually a pretty good attacker in this matchup just because it is a Dark type and Gardevoir EX is weak to Dark. So you can hit 320, 10 more than you need after the weakness to one-shot a Gardevoir EX, and the Gardevoir EX cannot one-shot a Drapion. You would have to go in with the regular Shining Arcana Gardevoir, or the Zacian, which both do, I believe, 60 plus 30 for each energy on them, something along those lines. I think they both have the same damage output, but I could be wrong. That's at least the Zacian V. I think the Gardevoir has the same damage output, but again, not sure. We are going to use Curlia as well to discard draw 2, and we evolve into the Gardevoir EX. Now we will Ultra Ball, discarding 2 cards that I can't tell what they are. Looks like one of them was some sort of Psychic Pokemon. And we will be able to get whatever we want into play. That Manaphy looks very enticing right now because that will prevent the Greninja from kind of screwing you over here. But now that you have the Gardevoir EX in play, it's not as enticing to use that Moonlight Shuriken attack of Radiant Greninja in this future turn. You would only be knocking out the Mew. So Zacian V has an ability where you can end your turn while searching your deck for a Psychic Energy to put into play. So it looks like he may just be choosing to do that. He does not have a lot else going on. It looks like he's going to slap Emergency Jelly on it too, and Judge. His opponent does have quite a few cards in hand, so that will be good to disrupt that. Maybe, you know, try to get something going for himself here. It would have been great to get that Zacian down turn 1, because then on the first turn, when you just go to pass for turn, you could actually just get a Psychic Energy as well. But not that lucky. we'll just have to start to build up these psychic energies in the discard pile. Looks like he did not draw very well off of that. He does get a Fog Crystal. We'll be able to search his deck for a basic psychic or basic psychic Pokemon or basic psychic energy. Not sure why you even bother marking that your hand has 4 cards in it when you were just judged, but... Oh yeah, this Gardevoir deck is looking very upset right now. Yeah, that Drapion is just so scary when your Pokemon are Dark Weak. It's kind of crazy that Drapion has a use outside of the Mew matchup now. Honestly, you could even play Drapion in Lugia now. And just charge it up if you're against Gardevoir. And if you're not against Gardevoir. Like, you could put Gift Energy and, like, Lucky Energy or something on it. And be like, what do? V-Guard, even? Oh my god. You could put V-Guard on it. V-Guard Gift Energy. And just look your opponent in the eyes and say, I'm coming for you. So we do see the Palpad's going to shuffle some supporters back into the deck. We do have at least 2 Psychic Energies in there now that we can start accelerating to our Pokemon however we would like. We will have to self-damage in order to do that, though. So it looks like we are using the Gardevoir. Oh, there's a bunch of Psychic Energies in there. Holy crap. All right, but we will be able to potentially one-shot this. Oh, no, we're only doing 150 with that amount of energy. Oh, yeah, I don't like that. But the opponent can only do, yeah. If your opponent hits you for 190, if they Mirage Gate and attach return, they can hit you for 190 and knock you out. I gotta look up Zacian V now. Again. Oh no, it's still up. I have enough tabs open here. It is Metal Weak. So yeah, it would just hit 190, but you already have 60 on you and you only have 220 HP. But at least that diversifies your weakness a little bit. But yeah, but that self-damage that you do is just very hurtful. And that Drapion is just... It's so crazy that the Drapion is so good in this matchup. If he... I mean, he had at least 2 more Psychic Energies in the discard, right? Because he could have taken the knockout. Drapion has 210. Yeah, so he would have been doing 210 with 2 more Psychic Energies. Yeah, you could have taken that knockout. You would have had to do 40 more damage to yourself. So that would be 100. You'd have 120 left. So I guess you would have gotten knocked out to a Sableye. But then at least you're keeping pace with your opponent. But maybe he's really relying on that emergency jelly that's down on that Zacian. So maybe if he gets hit by a Cramorant, then he's got 170 on him. He's still not even... Well, I guess he could self-damage himself to put him within range of the emergency jelly after that. So yeah, I guess maybe just hitting for the 150 is better, but that just doesn't feel good, in my opinion. We're going to Lost Zone the Hisuian Heavy Ball here with the Comfey. We are going to have 10 cards in the lost zone here, so we will be able to start attacking with the Sableye. But yeah, I love how the emergency jelly combos with it. Because you could be not at 30 HP remaining yet, but then you could just self-damage yourself until you get within that range to activate the emergency jelly. And that's a really cool interaction that I had not thought of. Alright, looks like we're Mirage Gating a Metal Energy to the active. And that's it. I'm a little surprised we're not seeing one go to the Drapion. So we are likely just seeing the retreat here from the Comfey into the Sableye. And we're going to be able to, I think, knock out the Ralts and Mew. Do they both have 60? I can't remember. The Ralts might have 70. That would be a big difference. I think I would rather knock out the Ralts to prevent a one prize Gardevoir from coming into play. So yeah, we do see the knockout there. So that should be 70, I believe. 7 damage counters. So you would have a remaining 5 to put wherever you would like. There is no Cresselia in play yet, but the Cresselia, if you saw the last round, can heal up a bunch of damage if you do spread it around. So it is kind of better to put it all on one Pokemon to prevent yourself from being knocked out in that way. Oh no, puts 1 on the Mew. Interesting decision. So we are going to see the concealed cards does discard a Psychic Energy to draw 2. Radiant Greninja works really well in this deck since you need those energies in your discard pile in order to use the Gardevoir EX. We are going to see the Serena brings up the Drapion V. And we will be able to finish it off here. So 150 yet again is going to take 2 prize cards. And we are now tied on prizes. So Gardevoir is actually coming back a little bit here. So we are going to have to see what is the response. What are we able to do here? Gardevoir guy looks really stressed out though. Like really stressed out. But he's doing pretty well here. And he would have had to have gone through a lot of Lost Box decks to get here, so I don't see any reason to be this stressed out at this exact moment. But we are in Mirage Gate range, so a big attacker could come out of nowhere at some point. We could always see the Sky Seal Stone turn, taking a bunch of prize cards off of just this one Zacian V. And then you would be able to then, yeah, if you can take the knockout on Zacian V with or without the Sky Seal Stone, then you could potentially win the game off of a Sableye after that. Let's see, you've got, yeah, there's 90 left on the Greninja. So yeah, you would be able to, if you can knock out Zacian this turn, then you would win off Greninja on the next turn. So we are seeing the Raihan, looks like put that water energy from discard onto the Greninja and is searching for a card. There is a Raikou V. We do see that was, I just saw that was on the bottom of the deck for a second while the shuffle was going on. Yeah, so if you could, oh, he's going to put 4 energy back with the energy recycler as well. 2 metal, 1 water, 1 lightning. Yeah, so if you can, yeah, but you have a full bench, so you can't use the Raikou this turn. So what do you do exactly this turn? I don't think that you really want to hit the Zacian too hard. Okay, so you're gonna go for the Greninja play this turn. Knock out the 2 one-prize Pokemon on the bench. And then set up a Sableye as well. And then you're 1 knockout on a 2-prizer away from victory. And you're playing around that emergency jelly as hard as you can. And you could always end up finding a lost vacuum, so you could even 2-shot the Zacian as well and prevent it from healing itself. Yeah, so it all depends on how the Lost Box really draws here, but they are playing it very well that they were able to get to this point. So here is Beach Court, so that does give the basic Pokemon free retreat. And we are going to go for the Greninja. We'll knock out both the Greninja of the opponents and the Mew. Take 2 prize cards, going down to 2 prize cards remaining. Alright, yeah, so the thing basically comes down to the emergency jelly, if the emergency jelly can go off or not. Because you don't have enough energy in your discard pile to just trigger your own emergency jelly at this point. Because if you could trigger it early, it would be really good here to fully heal that Zacian. 6. And then that would prevent a Raikou from being able to take a knockout. So that could be the thing, is you could always be afraid of a Raikou coming down and knocking out the Zacian. So you really can't bench any more Pokemon. We are going to go for the Fog Crystal, probably just for a Psychic Energy. You could just hard attach it for turn, it would be perfectly fine. Either to the active or the Gardevoir, it does not really matter. You could also just retreat into the Gardevoir and start attacking with that instead. Force your opponent to have a boss's orders, or Serena as well. But you do have to take 4 prize cards before your opponent takes 2. So I think you have to risk forcing that emergency jelly to go off in order to have enough turns to take those 4 prize cards. This guy on the left's pretty emotional. He's really letting it out. And this guy on the right is just like, yeah, I'm playing the game. Just stoic. Absolutely stoic. I don't really know what else to say. These players are just... This player on the left is just slow. It's like, does his opponent take 2 prize cards on him or not? That's the takeaway of this. So he's going to shuffle 5 Pokemon back in with Miriam. And then draw 3 cards. I do love Miriam. Miriam is such a good card. It's such a good card. It's absolutely insane how good it is. They are printing Super Rod, so I mean, that's pretty cool too. But Miriam is great. I'm glad that it's like Clara, but better in some ways. We are going to draw 3 cards. Pokemon, trainer card. Psychic Energy, attach, retreat. Just needs 1 to retreat because of the Beach Court. Uses his own ability. Self-damage is 40. 4 damage counters. Plays Level Ball just to thin it out of the hand in case he gets maybe Rock Sand or Judged. But I don't think his opponent is really going to be doing that. Not when he has a big hand. I mean, maybe Roxanne, but definitely not Judge. That deck doesn't play Judge. And we'll just take the knockout on the Radiant Greninja. So we're just going to have to go through double Sableye here. So double Sableye does do 240 damage. And he'll likely put a certain amount of damage counters on the Zacian so that it only has 120 remaining. So 40. He'll probably put 40 to the he'll put 40 to the Zacian and then the rest to the Gardevoir with the first Sableye. And then the second Sableye, he'll stack 120 to the Zacian to knock it out. Unless it still heals itself that way. Because does the emergency jelly activate between turns? Still got all these tabs open here. At the end of each turn, if the Pokemon this card is attached to has 30 HP or less remaining and has any damage counters on it, heal 120. Yeah, so that would activate after the attack has fully completed. That is the last thing you do before you go into Pokemon Checkup. But it would happen after the attack. So if you were to... So yeah, he'll want to do 4 damage counters to Zacian this turn. Just put the rest on Gardevoir. And then on the next turn, he can safely put 120, the remaining 120 you need, onto that bench Zacian and take the game that way. That is one of the many routes he could do. He could also just start setting up for a Raikou V play. He does have that in his deck. I believe he has the energy to do it in deck as well. If he has another Mirage Gate available to him, he could do that. I believe he is down at least one Raihan. Oh, looks like he has a Raihan in hand as well. So he could set up the Raikou with the Raihan as well. So there is 40 on the Gardevoir. That leaves it with 270. So a Raikou is not knocking that out anytime soon. The Beach Court is in play, so we can just free retreat this Comfey. I think you can Raihan safely to a Comfey. Yeah, looks like we're going to do that. Yeah, I don't think there's even anything in deck that you really need at this point. Looks like he's thinking about searching out that Raikou. Maybe just search it out and keep it in hand for if you do need it. He is turning his deck a little too far to the side, so if his opponent was looking up, he would actually potentially be able to see that there was a Raikou that had been pulled to the front like that. So he could kind of read his opponent's thought process. They still have a little over 7 minutes remaining, so they do have plenty of time to finish this game. But, I mean, I don't know what else to say about the matchup. These players are just playing so slow for for it being 35-minute best of 1 here. Both players were 12-2 after Swiss, as you can see at the top of the screen. The Lost Box deck has 2 prize cards remaining. The Gardevoir deck now has 3 prize cards remaining. It would be nice to see if there is another emergency jelly in deck, if we do see that. Both of those Comfeys have been used for the turn. And I'm surprised there isn't any sort of like slow play warning happening yet. But, I mean, things might be different in Japan. Maybe they don't have slow play warnings. It's just they have 30 minutes, so they don't get slow play warnings, you know? We are going to see the switch cart is going to switch into the Sableye. And I think you put 40 to the Zacian and the other 80 to the Gardevoir. And then on the next turn, finish off the Zacian for the game with the Sableye. Your opponent would be forced to either self-damage the Zacian until it has... Oh, no, he's going full in here. So we could actually see the emergency jelly pop. So if Gardevoir retreats, Gardevoir's retreat cost is 2. So Gardevoir could retreat 2 energies. So you could self-damage yourself 60 because there's 1 in discard already. And that would put you at, you have 160. That would be enough. You could pop your own emergency jelly. Oh, and he's playing Judge too. All right. Again, already know who wins the tournament, but this is extremely close in my opinion. If I didn't know the results already, I wouldn't know who's winning. Yeah, I think that was a huge misplay from the Lost Box player to be putting all of the damage down on the Zacian. Yeah, so you retreat into the Zacian, put 2 energies onto it with the Psychic Embrace ability of Gardevoir. Yeah, it's just basic Pokemon. So you retreat 2 off of it. You put 2 from your discard onto the Zacian. Yep. He's doing it. He's at 200. He has 20 HP remaining. That's within the 30 HP remaining to activate Emergency Jelly. Now you attack, knock out the Sableye, and you heal all of that damage off. Oh my god. Emergency Jelly is so good, man. He saw the play. I'm so hyped. He saw the play, man. So he takes the knockout. It's the end of the turn. Emergency Jelly activates, healing the damage off fully. Oh no, he heals 120. Oh no, I forgot. No, for some reason I think it's full heal, but it's not. You heal 120. Oh no. So 6, 7, 8, 9. You still have 90 damage on it. 9. So there's 130 left on the Zacian. So the Sableye can still put 12 damage counters on this. And you would need yet another emergency jelly in order to win. And I think this deck only plays 1 emergency jelly. And if the Raikou comes out and gets powered up somehow, I think that might be doing enough. Let's see, there are 6. Yeah, you could be doing 160 potentially. Yeah, you'd be doing 160, so that would be enough to take the knockout. So the Judge was very key here as well. Yeah, I'm so used to the Emergency Jelly just fully healing a Pokemon because it did fully heal that Radiant Greninja in the previous round. And because the Articuno always fully heals itself, but those Pokemon have 130 or less HP, so they always get fully healed by an emergency jelly. Ooh, yeah. We see a worker is going to discard that stadium and draw 3. Don't forget to discard the stadium. Did he forget to discard the stadium? Oh no, there's the discard of the stadium. So the Cramorant hit in. Now what you have to do is retreat and hope the Gardevoir doesn't get knocked out. Yeah, you have... Oh no, because you played the worker, you can't boss up the Sableye. Oh no. Oh no. So he needs the boss's orders. to hit the hit into the Sableye, but since he attacked with the Cramorant, yeah, the player did what he wanted to do. Yeah, I still think it was a misplay from the Lost Box player to not put 40 the one turn when he put 120 instead, because that does make it so the Emergency Jelly can activate, and you could have completely played around the Emergency Jelly ever activating and have already won the game. What does Mew's attack even do? 30? Oh my god. And he just retreats and takes the game with the Sableye. Wow, that was actually close. It really came down to whether or not Gardevoir had the boss. That's insane. Gardevoir could have won this tournament. Gardevoir should have won this tournament. I'm not gonna lie. I think Gardevoir should have won this tournament. I think Gardevoir is actually favored against Lost Box from the few matchups I've seen of that. But I hope everybody enjoyed. This match was crazy. This tournament was great. I'm very hyped for the Scarlet and Violet format. I'm hyped for post-rotation. And as always, guys, do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Feed the ever-so-hungry YouTube algorithm. You don't want him to starve. Hit that notification bell because it notifies you when I upload new videos. Check out the description box below where we have links to the Discord, the Twitch, the Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of that good stuff. And we will see you guys next time. It won't be for this tournament, though. This tournament's done. It's over. Done so. Wow. Wow, that was a game.